How's everyone? Great to have you join us. For those that haven't met yet, my name is Dinesh De Silva. I'm the founder and CEO of NetStripes. A huge welcome on behalf of the entire NetStripes team. I have the privilege of leading. I must say it is an absolute privilege, in fact, to not just to have you here, but also to present on behalf of our team. I have a lot to cover today. So every year when we start the year, we present the Digital Trends webinar. We write a blog about it. We do lots of socials around it. But more importantly, this is based on a lot of research we do. And we also try to see how this research relates practically to business owners. A lot of the time, all these fancy trends are presented to people, but often I wonder, how do I use these trends? What's practical for me? And I want to tell you every one of pieces of the research I'm presenting, the trends I'm presenting are absolutely practical and much needed when we run small to mid-sized businesses. So having said that, I'm going to share my screen. This is what we're going to cover today. Have a quick squiz. Again, as I mentioned, how do we use this practically? That's what's important. And it's all this content we create is about helping you to catch the digital wave. And that's what NetStripes is about. In short, we help position entrepreneurs like you to reach your business and personal goals. But how? By building your business as an industry-leading brand in your industry. And we've done this with so many clients over the last 10 to 12 years, or 11 years, in fact. This is our 11th year. And we do this using a dynamic mix of strategy, online marketing, and most importantly, high conversion websites. And when you see the research, you will see the value of these high conversion websites, strategy, online marketing, etc. And as I mentioned, we've helped business owners from nearly every industry to catch the digital wave. And our system works. You can be in any industry and the system worked. And we've proven that. And all these guys have caught that digital wave, and we are delighted with that. And so let's firstly, we've written a blog on this topic. If you go and use the QR code, and you'll go directly to that. But Jen will put on the chat the link to the blog, so you can go through your laptop as well. Go and read it. It's a very well-written blog. We take a lot of time to write this stuff. It's practical, and it's easy to read as well. Not just this blog, ladies and gentlemen. There are so many blogs on our blog site. They're written with business owners in mind, understanding what's important, what's practical, we take off all the stuff that is not important to you, so you'll find value. So the first one I want to introduce today is AI. I don't have to say too much about AI to you guys. Most of you will be using ChatGPT and other AI tools. But AI is becoming so mainstream now. I ran 2 webinars last year on AI, and I've covered this specifically. But AI is getting more and more mature. I'll show you why. ChatGPT, that only came about 15 months ago, maybe 2 years now, time flies, is the number 8 search website in the world. It has the most amount of traffic coming out of all these websites, right? By the way, not the number 8 searched, it's the number 8 in terms of traffic to websites. So if you look at Google, YouTube, look at Google, it's got a huge market share because everybody goes there. YouTube is huge, also owned by Google. Facebook is Meta, Instagram is Meta, WhatsApp is Meta, X.com is Elon Musk. Wikipedia, but ChatGPT will soon beat Wikipedia, right? And X, which is Twitter, has really gone up in the ranks, as you can see, because they were, before Elon Musk bought it, they were not doing too well. The media says that they've done so badly after Elon bought it, but often you can't read what the media says. Here's the research. By the way, most of this research we are sharing today is by We Are Social and Meltwater. These guys have Meltwater is sponsoring the research. We Are Social does the research, and they've been doing this research for a very long time. And this is 2025 February research. It is hot off the press. We are not presenting 2 years old research. With AI and automation, again, most of you would have used ChatGPT, but have you used Grok? Grok is Elon Musk's Elon Musk's version of ChatGPT, and his company is called XAI. If you go to Twitter, it's free to use within Twitter, and I find Grok probably better than ChatGPT or equally good. I use both. DeepSeek, how many of you have downloaded that app? I did, as the day they caused all that havoc, or the day before, just before it started causing the havoc. We have to be doing that to understand all this stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not really using it that much because I already use Grok and ChatGPT. Sora is OpenAI or OpenAI's version of video. It's pretty good. I've used it to do some video stuff. It gives you good. It's still very immature, and Midjourney is a bit better. Okay, so these are, and there are lots of other tools like this which I covered in my previous webinar. That webinar will be on YouTube. So if you want to go and watch a webinar on all of AI, go to the NetStripes YouTube channel and watch that. And go to the blog and read some of the other stuff as well, because there's so much content. I had to be careful what I share. When you're using any of these tools, right, ChatGPT, Grok, what do you do? Of course, each of you would be creating content. I have created, and I've covered this in my other webinars, in the past, when I get a contract, I would send it to a lawyer and tell the lawyer, what are the gotchas in this contract? Let me know. Now I can go to ChatGPT and ask, what are the gotchas on this contract from an Australian legal perspective? And a lot of the time it shows me, the contract gotchas or, things I need to get refined. And then I can send it to the lawyer and say, hey, this is what I think. What do you think? And then it's much cheaper, right? Better for the lawyer as well. It draft great emails. You can do blogs. Again, no point. Just if you go to NetStripes blog, we don't do ChatGPT blogs. We do our own research. We will write the blog, right? But we might get ChatGPT to say, can you see whether we have made any mistakes? Have we missed anything? And it'll refine it. But I always encourage you to do your own research, write your blog, and make sure that you follow your methodology. And if you read all our blogs for the last 5 years, we follow a similar methodology, and it works for us. Train ChatGPT to recognize customer preferences. Okay, again, you can have not ChatGPT, chatbots. So how do you develop a chatbot? Integrate chatbot for 24/7, and there are chatbots on AI you can train and use on your websites. Okay, so if you need that, talk to us. Those are things these are practical stuff, day-to-day stuff that you can use. This is a bit about not you using it practically, but you knowing about what's happening in this area of AI superclusters. You would have heard of NVIDIA. Their shares are killing it in the marketplace. Of course, they had dropped recently after DeepSeek was announced by the Chinese. Probably short-lived, of course. It has gone up since. But AI superclusters, what are they? They handle this massive computational power demands, okay? Because AI is so computational hungry, compute hungry, as they call it, and it needs huge amount of super clusters to run, because people are asking all these questions, and it's giving us blogs and essays and all types of stuff, right? And it has to give it instantly, and all this requires huge amount of power. And this power is created by these AI superclusters. I'll give you an example, okay, of this in the next page. So Jensen Huang, the CEO of the CEO of NVIDIA, had this video going about how Elon Musk and his team had a supercomputer cluster of 100,000 NVIDIA GPUs or processors installed in 19 days. Typically, that would have taken years to do. 1 year would have been good, 2 years might in some cases, but these guys are so efficient. And Jensen Huang is somebody who is he runs a very smart, efficient, dynamic company. Even he was astounded how these guys took delivery of it, did the wiring of it, did the assembly of these computers, right? And loaded the software and created 100,000, is not 10, not 100, 1,000. Imagine the wiring that goes with that, okay? I'm surprised. I've been talking to our guys at NetStripes. How can we be as efficient as these guys, right? And then Musk went on to say, I'm sure you've read this, right? We're going to double this. But before too long, as you would have expected now, it's going to create a lot of competition, because if Musk is doing this, everybody will want to do this, right? So Zuckerberg said, what we've done is ours is bigger. I'm sure you've heard those famous words before. I strategically use the word theirs in there as opposed to another word I may have used, which would have looked a bit funny. All right. Some of you may have got my bad humor, but let's get to the power of video marketing. Okay. Video marketing. What do we know about video marketing? Video marketing is huge again, right? It's very powerful. And I'm going to show you some research, because this is so valuable to promote your brand. A lot of you will be saying, I don't like to put my name, my face in front of my face out there in the public. But, we may have to get used to it. I wasn't comfortable either. When we started NetStripes, I wanted to be the behind the scenes guy, put everybody else in front. And the team said, Dinesh, no chance. You have to front the business. You have to be the face of the business. And I had to very fast learn how to speak in front of people, learn how to present in large audiences, and then probably do videos. I'm still not that comfortable doing some videos, but we all have to get used to it, right? Because why? We need to get our brand in front of the audiences. And we got to get good at this. And I'll show you why. Have a look at this. The online brand interactions. This is internet users each month. 45% first visited a website. So let me get this right. Your website is so important. You must get it right. It is shocking that based on our research we did 2 years ago, 89% of websites do not deliver a result. That's just mere online brochures. But this shows that 45% of the buyers out there come to a brand's website. It is only after that they watch the videos, which is about half that, right? And I'm telling you, videos are so powerful and so important. It is, because it's the new thing. But don't forget the website, okay? If you haven't nailed your website, it's not expensive to do so. I will touch on something later. Talk to one of my team. It could be as cheap as $59 a month. You look world class. Yes, that's what we have launched at the beginning of this year. By the way, 25% watched a video made by a brand. Follow the brand on social media. So this is more than social media now, right? Just the regular social media. Visit the brand's social page. Of course, these may be on social, but it doesn't have to be on social. On the regular social media, as you see, it could be on YouTube, it could be anywhere, okay? So video is playing a huge part. That's what I wanted to do. But some of these other areas are valuable to see, right? I saw this used a QR code provided by a company or a brand. Downloaded an app. You don't need to create an app. Don't worry about that. Use social media share button on a website. Yeah, so there you go. Have a good look at this. The recording will come to you. Look at the percentage of people up here looking at online content, watching online video content. 92% of the population. 92% of the population. 92, nearly everyone, right, consumes video. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not comfortable to put your face out there, you need to. If you need help, talk to some of our team. They will help you how to do this, right? We have experts who will sit down with you and make you comfortable, right? They won't do the video for you, but they will coach you on how you can do it. All right. Types of online video content watched, okay? Again, product, this is what I put the red lines on. They watch product videos. So your product videos, people are watching. Educational videos, so you need to educate your audience, right? They'll watch that. Again, tutorials or how to do is also educational. So influencers. So these are the things that people are interested in. So think about it. Video is powerful. I think I've touched on everything. And this slide says throughout all the ages, okay? I just wanted to make that point because some people might say, oh, only older people watch or younger people watch. It's not for my audience. Nonsense. It's for everybody. Okay, now this brings me to a very neglected area by business owners. Prioritize your cybersecurity. It is just too often we hear from business owners that their website is being hacked. We do great websites. We do their strategy. We custom design their brand, and then we launch the website. We hand it over to the customer, and then we say, please, we have cybersecurity plans. Get on one of them or do it with somebody else, but make sure you take backups and you have some cybersecurity on your website. A lot of people neglect this, but I should be right, man, and don't do anything. Today, I was going to show you a particular website of a client we're very proud of. They've won awards for their business. The business has done well, and that website is hacked. This is not uncommon. We hear each week about 2 to 3 websites that are hacked. Some business owners have lost their entire website overnight. You don't want that. So you got to be really careful, okay? I'm not trying to scare you, but this is the facts. Imagine losing your website, right? And what do you do about it? And who's responsible for it? You might think my hosting people, you might think my domain people, you might thinking the people who built the website. It's you as a business who's responsible for it. Unless You've got somebody looking after it for you, and they're doing your backups, they're doing your cybersecurity, etc. Then delegated their responsibility. You can hold them accountable. Good chance, even if it gets hacked, there'll be backup, it'll be back up by in 12 hours to 24 hours. So again, I've highlighted malware protection. There's a lot of malware on websites, right? Let Jen know and talk to some of our technical guys and get some malware protection. They're not expensive, guys. Some of this, a stitch in time saves nine. Some of these are just a couple of $100, you can get this stuff done. Make sure you have backups. You have to know whether you have backups. I'm emphatic here because there's so many people that we know who lose their websites. It's not good for your brand. All right, visual and voice search, okay? Visual and voice search, you got to, there are a few things you got to think about. I'm now going to voice search. I'll come to visual search later. If you want voice search, you have to think about your SEO keyword strategy, okay? Go to the keyword planner, select your high volume, low competition keywords. This is how you do SEO, by the way. Optimize your on-page SEO. So these are steps that you need to do, right? If you don't know, again, talk to one of our team. This stuff will, SEO I showed you in the earlier research, right, is number one. And I'll keep showing you later as well. That's Google searches are how people find brands. They go to our website. And social media will rank much later, but I'll show you all that as we go. Write content in a conversational tone, valuable to user. Understand what the intent of a user who would use your product is, or what when they come to your website, whatever common questions will they have, and optimize it for your local search, in your local area. And of course, you have to get backlinks. Some of this may be complicated for you. Don't worry about it. It's just to know that this SEO stuff, search stuff, visual search, voice search is very important. Okay, and these are hygiene factors that we must get right. A lot of people, we don't educate ourselves in digital marketing. It's hard because things change, but these things like SEO hasn't changed for ages. The way you do it has changed, but its important hasn't changed. Why? Google is the most used platform. You saw that in the research I shared with you. Remember when I showed you ChatGPT, Google was right on top. All right. So use of image recognition tools are used by everybody, all age groups. And Google Lens, for those who don't know about Google Lens, is really when you go to Google, it's this. If you click on this, right? If you click on that, and your camera will come up, go and take a photo of what you want. It could be, you see something like that, right? You see something like that, and or a vase or something you want. You're at a shop, you take the Google Lens and take a photo of it or click on it, and then it'll show you all the prices. And it's like doing a search, then you can go from one to another. I know most of you would have used it. So I don't have to be training most of you. A lot of you are very sophisticated here. But so again, how do you make sure your search is found when people are searching for your products, your services, right? It'll be found. Maybe you're a service provider and you don't have a product as such, but how do you use, in that case, QR codes? Because it's, again, image search, right? Then use of voice assistants, right? Look at this. 20% of the population are using voice search. I didn't think it was that high, but people are now getting more and more used to it. We started talking about in these trends that voice search will become prevalent about 3 years ago. And this is a fast growing area. It'll grow much more this year. The other aspect is, forums like Reddit and Quora are getting more and more popular. And Google, if you go into a Google search, a lot of the time, the Reddit searchers and Quora and all are coming, the information from Reddit and Quora are coming up on that front page. And this was huge last year. The entirety of last year, a lot of these global experts were complaining, why are Reddit and Quora coming up? But apparently Google had done a $29 million deal with Reddit to provide them content. Google paid Reddit $29 million, by the way, not the other way around. And to get all their content. But this year, I've noticed the Reddit content is not coming down a bit, okay? So that's good news, which means that your websites can go up. So Google increased the visibility of these platforms, as I said there. Again, video content needs to be used if you want to reach these online users. Here's Reddit. I showed you ChatGPT earlier. Reddit is just number 9. By the way, remember I was talking about search and Google. Look at that. YouTube, Facebook, but so. All right. Does everybody know what zero-click content is? Hands up. Who knows what zero-click content is? Who doesn't know what? Does that mean everybody doesn't know what zero-click? Okay, don't worry. I'll come here. Let's go and share. So when you go and I went and typed zero-click search, okay? I went and typed zero-click search and it gave me this article. So this is the zero-click stuff, meaning you don't have to go and click and go to a website to see everything. You can see everything on a click here, right? On a quick squeeze, you can get all the information you need. Now, how do you create content that is shown up here? So let me show you. This is SEMrush. It's actually a search engine tool, a bit expensive, so I don't recommend you go and buy it. But look at the article, right? I said zero-click search. What are zero-click searches and how do they impact SEO? So that's the headline. And then the next question is, what is a zero-click search? So anybody looking for this, it gives you, because you're asking questions and it's giving you all these answers, and these would be different paragraphs they have written. And it's really smart way of doing your SEO, okay? So if you want to learn a bit more, go and read that article, okay? That's why I presented it to you. This is the article. Go and have a read of it, okay? But if you want to do a real smart SEO, talk to one of my team, because we are very good at this. We've done this for so long. All right. So look at the sources of brand discovery. Why is SEO important? So important, right? Remember those days, all the big companies advertised on television. It was the most expensive way of getting your brand out there. All the big companies did it, only they could afford it. Now, search engine optimization is more powerful than television advertising. Who would have thought that would ever happen? But it's a fact, right? TV ads, don't get me wrong, it's still number 2. People are watching television, but word of mouth is good. Most people tell us who before they come to us, we normally get our business word of mouth. That's not good enough because you can't scale a business on word of mouth, right? You never know when the next lead is going to come. That's too it's actually a cop out if you say most of my leads come out from, because you're not doing good marketing. Okay, you're doing a good job serving customers, don't get me wrong, but if you're doing really good marketing, word of mouth still will be there, and you'll get probably more word of mouth because your brand messaging is strong, but you'll get other sources of leads as well. Social media ads are good. Brand website. So social media, brand website, search engine. Search engine is about your website as well. So you can see again, your website is so important. Social media is important. SEO is super important. Sources of brand discovery. I wanted to share this with you, right? Look at the ages 16 to 65. The top two always have social media ads and here, social media ads and search engines, but then search engines, TV ads, search engines, okay? So only at this age group, TV ads and word of mouth are good, but they're also doing searches. 37% is a huge number, okay? Mobile first and adaptive design. I don't have to tell you this, but I'm sure everybody knows this because a large percentage of users, including each of us, use our mobile phones to search for brands. Okay. Unfortunately, still a lot of websites are not mobile friendly enough. I need to repeat this. This is like that cybersecurity thing I said. By the way, cybersecurity is a huge problem. This is a hidden problem, okay? Because what happens is you don't know that you're losing business because people just leave. They come, they look, and they'll go. So you'll never find out. Cybersecurity is that if a website gets hacked, there's nothing there. So that's instant. It's like instant death. This is like a slow death. Okay. So I'm talking about slow death in terms of winning business. So build websites with mobile first design, thinking about it, your architecture of it is mobile first. All right. And there are tools that you can use to understand this. Google Analytics will give you a fair understanding. There are other tools like Google Page Speed. Then there are other tools that you can use as well to check the mobile friendliness. Okay, look at that. 97% of people get to the internet on mobile. Okay. They do go to social media, but again, I'm sure that a big percentage uses mobile. But this is the most important one I want to show you. Share of website traffic. This is, if you take all of the website traffic to websites, to the traffic to websites, 63%, that's 2/3 comes from mobile phone, and 1/3 come from laptops, desktops, and this is a bit less than 66% would have been 2/3, right? This is slightly more than a third. And that this is getting, going up, and these probably will remain, not, it won't drop down a lot, but it'll remain lower. All right. So those were the main ideas we featured on this blog we presented on digital trends. But I felt after going through this stuff that there were other things I wanted to share, and a couple of these I had already discussed last year, and they're still not dead. They're still very much alive, and I thought I'll be misleading you if I don't cover it. So that was organic reach on platforms, on social platforms like Meta is dead. I think it's going to become like that in many other platforms, okay? And because they want us to, if you're a business, they want us to pay for reach and engagement. They're not going to give us much reach. And if you go and check the type of reach you're getting on your social media post, you will know. I think most of you might be frustrated. I'm posting on social media and it's not getting much reach. Nothing is happening. That's because of this. Okay. And that's what I wanted to talk about. There's near zero engagement. And this is not this year. This was the last 3 years I've been presenting this. Instagram engagement is less than 1%. Okay. And you have to pay. They want us to pay. And we have been paying and getting reach. And it's actually fairly smart because they're so far not that expensive to get reach. You can be very strategic how you spend. Okay. It's about knowing what to do. So this is February 2025 data. So as I said, few days old, fresh fresh out of the press. Average Facebook page post engagement rate for pages with fewer than 10,000. I don't think anybody here will have 10,000. So I think you'll fall into here. This is actually quite good because last year they didn't present it like that. They just presented this one here. And that was about the rate. And they said, now I know, but this is still less than 1%. It's useless, right? So that's why I still think it's near zero. So that's if you don't pay. This is organic posting, okay? This is Instagram, still less than 1%. So I still think it's, this can be rounded off to 1%. Near zero is what I would round it off to. TikTok, a bit more, okay? Not a lot more, but a bit more. This is for business pages. However, your individual accounts will do better. So sometimes you may want to use your individual account, but sometimes you don't want on Facebook and Instagram or your business stuff. You want to separate it, okay? So that's something you've got to consider. Because you want to build a brand as well, isn't it? You want to build your business brand. A TikTok could be different. And this is brand research by social platform. So people are doing brand research. What platforms do they mainly use? So Instagram and Facebook, 62, 50, and TikTok. Pretty good. And X as well. I mean, nobody talks about X, do they? They think, Elon Musk has ruined Twitter. Nobody's using it. But look at this. They're not far behind Facebook or TikTok. I mean, TikTok, all the media is about TikTok, right? Instagram is still beating them. You wouldn't think so. In 2019, when everybody laughed at TikTok, in this webinar, actually it was 2020, I predicted that TikTok was the social media channel to watch. People, I think, still laughed at me because they thought TikTok only was about, teenagers dancing, etc. It wasn't the case. Facebook, look at Facebook, the advertising reach. So organic reach is crap. Organic reach is crap, but advertising reach, huge. Instagram, not as big, but still in the 1 billions. This is in the 2 billions, okay? It's still big. So both are owned by Meta. So if you're doing Meta advertising, you can capture them both, okay? Again, we have subject matter experts in Meta advertising. Talk to one of them if this is something you really want to discuss. Don't go and do your advertising on your own. It's too complex, right? And you lose a lot of dough. That's what people are doing. And then they come to us. And it's a shame. I met somebody this morning, who had spent $50,000. He lost $50,000 on doing the wrong stuff. I know a lot of you wouldn't have, but some of you still have, even if you lose 4,000, 2,000, it's too much money to lose. Okay, so LinkedIn still in the billions, advertising reach, pretty impressive. Okay, so when I went through all of this, I was thinking, what is the common theme? Visual search, voice search, all this driving traffic through social media, search engines, all this. It's finally really about strategies that drive traffic to your website, that drive traffic to your business. Unfortunately, a lot of, based on our research as well, I mentioned earlier, 89% of websites don't make the cut. So you're driving traffic to your website, but those websites are not converting that traffic into leads into your business. So a lot of the time, that gentleman who spent $50,000 on his advertising and everything didn't get a return because they're driving traffic to a website that doesn't convert. And there are smart, simple ways of testing, does this convert or not, by spending a little bit of money, because everything is analytics driven. So this is why you need to get the right advice and do it properly. Now, this is a website that cost nearly $20,000. It's a fairly large company. We did the strategy for them. And but I want to tell you, it doesn't need to cost so much, because this is a big website, big company, fairly large company, national business. And everything we do, as you know, all our prices on our website. This website, go and check it out. It's on our website. It's on our website under budget websites. Costs $59 a month, right? This is a client who did this using our budget website plan. It costs $59 a month. So there's no reason why anybody should be struggling with a crappy website that doesn't convert business. And we invented this through probably 10, 12 years of research, although we're an 11-year-old company, because we were researching. How fast can we do, how smart and fast can we do it? And this is not done by AI, by the way. It's done by it's done by people, but using frameworks and best practice and algorithms. Okay, we use AI for content, but even that is through algorithms we've written that then each of you can improve using, because human ability has to be used nevertheless. So the problem for most people is that if you check your Google Analytics, you're not driving enough traffic. You need to drive enough traffic. If you check your Google Analytics, the majority of people, if you're not doing your social media, your SEO, your advertising properly, you're getting 1 to 2 visitors a day. This is the norm. I can tell you this with so much authority because we've researched so many businesses. We've worked with so many businesses. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not enough. What is required is you need 30 plus a day. You need to get to this level. Of course, you can't get it from 1 to 13 immediately. You don't want to spend that much money, but you need to go from 1 to 5 to 10 a day. Once you get to 10 a day, you're getting some traction. And then from 10, you have to get to 15, 20, etc. Okay. But from 1, you got to start. So don't get frustrated that I only got 1, but it tells you, if I know the data, you're already winning, because lots of people don't know the data. A lot of people don't even know what Google Analytics is. So your competition won't, but some of your competition will be very smart. And they'll be running circles around everybody else, right? So be one of them. We spoke about search. We went through this, right? Look at the search engines, right? And your brand websites. Search engines are more powerful than TV ads, okay? But no, search engines are not going to work into your website if you haven't got your website right. And look at that. And branded websites are 1, 2, 3. Branded websites are websites that look like a brand, that represent a brand like this, not some crappy website that's so crowded, cluttered. So these reflect your audience. Obviously this business is serving families, right? If you're on a mobile device, you press that button, it dials a number. This is clearly states what they do. A lot of websites you don't even know what they do. You have to dream of what they are. Of course, they're dream finance, but they spell it out. So it's about again a methodology that we have, and it's only $59. So don't struggle not getting the right website, right? Look at Australia with February 29 data. We are number 1, 2, 3, 4 in the world when people shop and they check our website before people visit your brand before they buy it. Australia is leading the pack. This is the world data. Normally, world data is here and Australia is here in certain cases. We went through this, right? Search engine, social media search engine, etc. I'm just showing these are simple things, practical things each of you can do. Online brand interactions, percentage of internet users who engaged in each brand related to actions in the past month. What did each of these people in each of these age groups do? Visited a brand website, Same story, okay? Goes through the age groups, through the quarters, okay? So again, you need to look like this, but you don't have to spend like these people spend. These guys are now they're the leaders in the industry, by the way. When they came to us, they wanted to be, they were still good. Today, they are the leaders in the industry. This is a new business, but they look like an established business, right? We're very proud of them. If you want to know about this program, let me actually get out of here. I'll go to the NetStripes website, actually. Where is our NetStripes website? No, NetStripes website is that, okay? So when you come here, under services, on the website, you will see budget website designs. If you click on that, I'll go there directly. You'll come to this page, okay? Transform your business with a stunning website in just 7 days. Look at this. Guaranteed in 7 days. It doesn't take months. Some people are doing websites for like 3 to 6 months. Still, it looks crap. Sorry, still looks crap, right? Professional websites that's set up for success. You can choose from any of these designs, and each of these designs can be customized to your brand colors, to your content, to your imagery, to the imagery that represent your audience. And look at that. This website is a single page website, and it's only $59 a month. There's a setup fee of $199. It's nothing, right? So, and go and see some of the websites. That's Dream Finance. Go and check the full website of theirs. That's what it looks like. Everything is so perfect. Look at that. Information on a need-only basis, so it's not cluttered. So they have a process. How beautiful is that? This is our business. These are all trust signals. You can have your photo here. I'd love to see people's photo there. These are, again, their partners. This is social, social proof. So this is the practical part of what we did. And, again, we're using social proof on our own websites as well. You can read some of the stuff. These guys are delighted with, and, so again, let me go back. So it's about making sure we look world-class online, okay? And then because we know branded websites are important, websites, people come to your website. That's what it said before they make purchasing decisions. We know people use social media. We know people use search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is even higher than television advertising. Okay. Again, if that's an area you want to talk to any of my team, talk to one of our experts in that area. If you want to talk to me on a couple of things, I'll be more than happy to meet you. Okay, so because quality leads are really priceless. Okay, so what help can you get from our team? Okay, we can talk about cybersecurity, SEO, customer strategy, your service strategy, your value proposition, your messaging, anything. All right. So, and also you can go to our website. There's a lot of free stuff. There's a lot of free stuff, right? Or this webinar is free. Okay. There are a lot of stuff on YouTube, a lot of blogs that you can go and read. And it's very simple. We want every one of you to become a winning brand and build a strong business. That is our vision for you. Because we know when you build a strong brand and you grow your business, you create millions, you create jobs. And our vision has been to help 1 million businesses so that you will grow and you'll create millions of jobs across the world. That's NetStripes vision. That's what powers us. That's why our team does everything they do. We do so much research to build products. And like this budget website, it's going to be rebranded actually. We are going to call it a new name, and that's going to be launched soon because a lot of people think it's one of a kind. Nobody can do that type of stuff in 7 days at that price. And it's world class. You look world class, but it's stunning. Finally, for us, right, we want to present business owners a complete solution to take you from goal setting to goal achievement. That's our goal. And we believe that process starts with strategy. We call it digital transformation. Then we got to get your messaging right so that your value proposition is so clear. When your ideal customer sees you online, they get it like that. Okay, whether it's on a website or social media. And that's after you do the strategy, you build the websites. Only after you get this step 1 right, you need to go and do advertising, SEO, all that stuff. Until then, don't do anything, right? That guy spent $50,000 because he didn't get this stuff right, didn't get the result. By the way, I must actually invite that gentleman to talk about his experience, and I might do that if he is willing to come. Step 2 is how you promote. Okay, so these are very simple things to do. I was delighted to have you join us today. Thank you for your time. This is, as I mentioned, our first webinar of the year.